Hello, welcome back to Bloodborne. This is going to be part 6. Our hunter is ready to go. Alright, in the last part we went ahead and took care of Papa Guac and got through to the Cathedral Ward. Showed a little bit of the place, not too much, because we have to go on a side questing adventure now. So Gurman has went ahead and left a message for us. Pretty much talking about the Holy Chalice again. Some new items can be bought since we defeated the boss. And now we can go ahead and get Father Gascoigne's entire set. So a pretty good upgrade for most stuff. Really good at slow poison resistance though. I'm not going to buy the items quite yet, so because we don't need to. I do have a plan in the future for that. And then over here, we have nothing new to show. So we're going to go back to Yarnum and go ahead and complete some side questing adventures. First thing we need to do, though, is actually go to the first floor sick room. And the reason we're doing this is because we have to talk to a new NPC that is in Yusefka's clinic.
Oh, well, hello. Splendid. Let me ask you a small kindness. You're soon off to hunt, I presume? Then, if you find any survivors, tell them to seek Yusefka's clinic. Upon my Hippocratic oath, if they are yet human, I will look after them. Perhaps even cure them. This sickness, these beasts, they are not to be feared. This time the night is long. I may be trapped here, but I should do something to help. I'll even offer a reward for your cooperation. Tempted? Well, off you go then. If you find anyone who's still human, send them straight to Yusefka's clinic. You can assure them there's no place safer. Please, do me this service. If you find you please.
So interacting with that NPC is going to now unlock Yusefka's clinic as a place that the NPCs of the world can go ahead and kind of retreat to. The problem with it is that this Yusefka is a imposter, because she is not talking to us like she did when we first met her. As you could tell in the last, very first part or second part, we got her to the point where we were using her little blood vials, and she ended up having a little bit of a flirty dialogue with us. The voice is completely different from what I think, and see, when you locked on a target, you will quick step instead of rolling. Yeah. Again, these messages, just kind of pay attention to what they're trying to tell us. And, so yeah, Yusefka is no longer a part with us anymore. That imposter has now taken over her clinic. When you send NPCs to her clinic, they will actually kind of perish. So this is why I said at the beginning that I am going to opt for saving all the NPCs as much as I can, because I don't want to send them to their deaths. So we'll go ahead and come over here, take care of this guy. Now, in this second round here, we want to talk to Gilbert. So this will only happen when you beat Father Gascoigne. He will open up with brand new dialogue.
You needn't concern yourself with me. I'm afraid I'm of little help now. But before I take this, I make no use of it, but perhaps you. What afflicted me was incurable, but this town gave me hope. Their strange blood bought me time. I was most fortunate, unharmed by the plague of beasts. I can even die human. Don't you worry about me. Don't you worry about me.
Alright, so Gilbert gave us another weapon, the Flame Sprayer. The Flame Sprayer is a really good piece of equipment, very good for arcane builds. It obviously scales with arcane only. I am able to use it because I do have at least one extra point into arcane, thanks to my starting class. So obviously it is what it is. It's gonna be a flamethrower. Very damaging to beast and anything that is weak to fire. It consumes your Quicksilver bullets not rapidly. I mean, honestly, you can get a lot of damage in on a boss or something like that and barely spend any of your Quicksilver bullets. So just a good tidbit of information there. Very good weapon to upgrade for arcane builds or just in general practical use if you don't have methods to use fire or anything like that. Okay, now that that's been taken care of, we are going to go ahead and proceed to the next part of our side questing. And you pretty much just want to continue on to the dog alley. And that right there, I showed the extensive use of doing your blood bullets and getting, those hits in so you can replenish your health as you do that. Very good setup right here because the animals were caged, so I don't have to worry about chasing them around the map and losing even more HP. Or you could just set it up by doing it inside of the hunter's tree and then coming back to the world with 5 extra bullets on you. This is the old lady.
What is it now? Are much better ways to pass the time. Unless you found me a nice, safe place.
So now at this point you have 3 options. You can tell her of the chapel, the clinic, or you can withhold information. If you withhold information, you just get another chance at telling her where you can send her, or you can just literally just keep her inside this building for the entire game. So in this case, like I said before, the new Yusufka is not who she is or who she claims to be. So sending anybody to the clinic is going to be an instant death penalty towards that NPC. There are some rewards for doing that, but in this playthrough, I am not opting to do that. So we are going to go ahead and send this NPC to the Odin Chapel.
Well, what do you know? An outsider worth a lick of salt. Well, don't just stand there. Don't you have work to do? Go slit some throats. Get this mess done with. Oh, enough with you. Trot along. Chop, chop.
So she's a trip. She's just going to be like that for the rest of the game. So we have saved our first NPC, and now we're going to come down this way. And as you can tell, we are making very quick work of these beasts, animals, and stuff like that due to our upgrades. You can see that our visceral damage is very high now. We are coming around this side, so we can go ahead and drop down. Climb up this ladder. I think it's easier just to do it this way, just so we can get the backstab off of that troll guy over there, instead of using the shortcut, because if you go down the shortcut, use the ladder, he's gonna aggro on you. And in instances like this, because I know that these guys usually drop blood vials more than anything, I'm gonna go ahead and use one to top off. And then grab it, one should go to me, and then one to the storage. They usually drop two, so you can kind of plan around that so you can have max items. We've already talked to this NPC.
Brett's try.
Yeah. And then the final part of the side questing is going to involve the little girl. So as I explained before, if you decide to, you can give her the red brooch if you want to, but you are going to miss out on the gem. We went ahead and popped it anyway, so we're only going to get the option of saying we don't know where her parents are at, but we can send her to the chapel.
Hello, Miss Hunter. Still can't find my mum. Oh, okay. I can wait, but isn't there something I can do? Maybe Mum and Dad are stuck out there, waiting for me to come and find them. What do you think, Miss Hunter?
Either way, you tell her of the clinic or the chapel, she's going to end up in the same spot. So just send her to either one, but the chapel is what I would pick.
Yes, okay. Thank you, Miss Hunter. I love you almost as much as Mum and Dad. And Granddad. Thank you, Miss Hunter. I love you almost as much as Mum and Dad. And Granddad.
Now, these are the little fishy things about From Software games, is that whenever you complete a NPC's dialogue and they have to move to another location, you have to reset the world state. You can do that by going back to the Hunter's Dream, using a Bolt Hunter's Mark. You can go rest at a lamp, you can die, or you're going to have to do this method where you just kind of quit and exit the game. And then this will reset the world state. So when resetting the world state, anything that you did prior to resting at the lamps or anything like that, it'll all stay the same. So any enemies that you've killed along the way and all that, they will stay dead. They will just kind of generate and kind of flop all over the floor to where they're supposed to be stationed at. This is true for every Souls game. So we will know that the girl has left because there is no longer a light in the window, and when you talk to the window, there's no response. So what ended up happening to this girl is that she made the suggestion that she could go out there and find her mom and dad, or they might need her. She did not make it, unfortunately. And how you would ever know where she ended up is kind of by either dumb luck or by using a guide. Because there's actually no dialogue in the sense of like where she would have went. But the girl is going to end up in the big kind of sewer area. And this is just going to suggest that she had been killed by the giant pig before she was able to reach the chapel. So again, run up. That is its most dangerous attack by far. And we just want to get behind him. There we go. Sometimes that head swipe can do a lot of damage. So you just really want to watch out for that. Pick up the second item beneath the blood vials, and it's going to be the red messenger ribbon. Now, if we take a look at the red messenger ribbon, the thick, pungent red was drawn from the organs of some unfortunate victim. Strange choice indeed, but perhaps for the messengers wearing the seven constitutes a form of mourning. Yes. So just, a messenger cosmetic there. They actually, you can put into the little bath messenger's house, little tree stump, and it will transform every single one of those things for your messages into wearing the red ribbons. So a little piece of sadness there, to be honest. A little dark horror type thing. Young girl just wanted to find her parents, and her parents were, dad's transformed into a beast. Mom got killed by the beast. Tragic story. She went to go find safety and ended up dying for it. We'll see if these guys are kind enough to drop a bloodstone shard for me. One of them were. Very good. And that was pretty much all of the Yharnam side questing for now, up to this point in the game. So with that, we can finally move on to a newer task and continue the progression of the game. So it's always good to kind of revisit areas after you've completed bosses in FromSoft games, because sometimes the characters are very vague, or they don't give you a whole lot of things to work off of. But sometimes there's an area boss that they might want defeated, and they'll give you special rewards or something like that. and unique dialogue changes throughout the course of the game. So it's just a good idea to always just kind of go back to areas you visited before, check on it, and see if there's anything new. Alright, so we got a NPC down there that we rescued. That's going to be the old lady that was giving us all sorts of trouble. So we're going to go ahead and talk to this guy now.
Ah, the hunter. Thank you. So that old girl, you told her about this place, right? Well, she don't offer me much in the way of conversation, but still, I'd rather see her alive anyhow.
Can we get a gesture for doing this?
If you find any sane survivors, well, send them along to Erdon Chapel, will ya? If you find any sane send them along.
So he's happy that we were able to rescue a person. And, you know, it's again, just a recommendation just to kind of save as many people as you can for your first run. Because there are unique items that they're going to give you eventually, and you're going to get gestures and all sorts of stuff that are going to go forward for your trophies and stuff, so you can get your platinum one day. The door is still locked. We will talk to her.
Oh no, I haven't forgotten. Do you think I owe you something? Well, that's a fine lark, I'd say. This whole mess that Yarnum's in is all your fault. You put it to the outsiders. Our blood's ruined, tainted by your ilk. Don't you come near me. I know your type. You. Stay away from me. I know all your tricks. You.
So she's going to be mean to us for a good duration of the game. So we just kind of want to leave her alone now. Alright, so we saw the backside over here before. A couple of the ghost face guys. You want to continue down this way. And we actually kind of want to start messing around in here. So here's that. Second guy should be following along soon. So yeah, I mean, a lot of things are parryable in this game. You just kind of find their sweet spot. Okay, so back here, we're going to want to go ahead and sprint past the barrels, grab the stuff, and then get out of there quickly. Yep. So that's supposed to be a trap. Been grabbed by it before, because obviously how would you know it's even there? There's a reason for that, but we won't, you know, share that until it actually is seen and happening. But yeah, so just run over to the body, grab the equipment. It's not the greatest of equipment. You know, a lot of things don't really turn blue there that we need. The garb is just a little better at frenzy resistance and beasthood. But, you know, you lose defense against some blunt, which isn't too bad. So then here going forward, you want to go ahead and grab this item. This big guy is kind of an issue. Watch out for him. If you're careful enough, you can just kind of strike at his legs and then roll away from his wide arcing swings. sometimes you do get clipped from the ground, and he can kind of destroy you pretty quickly. So you want to just kind of let him walk away, go up the stairs. Remember last part I said that there was a gate up there that you can buy a certain item for to unlock it and skip an entire area of the game completely. But we're not going to do that. We're going to walk down here and venture into this open spot. Some of these guys can be problematic. So generally attack the area just like that, sneak up behind the dude. Grab the monocle. Which is just a little telescope. Watch out for these birds. Those little critter dudes, they drop upgrade mats. They disappear sometimes though, so you have to reset the game to bring them back. And just come down here. Open the chest for another gemstone. And you can see this one gives us continuous HP recovery.
Welcome. What is it? Over the grave, it all seems so long ago now. Over time, countless hunters have the graves. Farewell, good.
And then the run back for the souls. Alright, now we gotta find where our souls are gone. Of course they are. So our echoes are lost into the big guy here, so I have to defeat him, otherwise we are going to lose all 5,000 of those. That's the thing about Bloodborne. Sometimes the enemies gather your echoes. And it really sucks when it's something that big. I'm gonna come through in here and deal with this ambush guy. Take this path very slowly and carefully. Two dogs are going to come running down. And they can be kind of vicious with the guy shooting at you to make it even harder. Yeah, they're kind of a tough pack there. Over here, there's an NPC that you want to interact with.
You're a beast hunter, aren't you? I knew it. That's precisely how I started out. Oh, beg pardon. You may call me Alfred, protege of Master Ligurius, hunter of vile bloods. So, what say you? Our prey might differ, but we are hunters, the both of us. Why not cooperate and discuss the things we've learned? Oh, very good. Very good indeed. Take this to celebrate our acquaintance. Beast hunting is a sacred practice. May the good blood guide your way. There must be oodles for us to share. Go on, just tell me what piques your interest. As you know, the Healing Church is the fountainhead of blood healing. Well, I'm a simple hunter, quite unfamiliar with the ins and outs of the institution. But I have heard that the holy medium of blood healing is venerated in the main cathedral, and that counselors of the old church reside in the high stratum of the Cathedral Ward. If you seek blood healing, and the church is willing, you should pay them a visit. Byrgenwerth is an old place of learning, and the Tomb of the Gods, carved out below Yharnam, should be familiar to every hunter. Well, once a group of young Byrgenwerth scholars discovered a holy medium deep within the tomb. This led to the founding of the Healing Church and the establishment of blood healing. In this sense, everything sacred in Yharnam can be traced back to Byrgenwerth. But today, the college lies deep within a tangled wood, abandoned and decrepit. And furthermore, the Healing Church has declared Byrgenwerth forbidden ground. It's unclear how many of its scholars remain alive, but only they know the password that allows passage through the gate. I bid you farewell. It has been a pleasure. May the good blood guide your way.
Alright, so Alfred, dropping some lore bombs here in Bloodborne. Meeting him, cooperating with him is going to be very beneficial for our playthrough. It's going to open up some unique summons, and he gave us fire paper, which is a good way to get fire applied to your weapon, as long as you don't have anything else applied to it through other effects. So he was just telling us about the Healing Church and Byrgenwerth. Two places that are very important to Bloodborne's lore and story. There's nothing else for him. Come down here. Madman's Knowledge. Make sure you pop that lever before you drop down. If you didn't handle this guy before, he's going to try to ambush you. That's why I said to go in here and do exactly that. Just ambush him back. Now, down here can be a pretty tough encounter. As you see, I have 10,000 blood echoes on me now. If you want to, and you haven't like died or lost any of your souls or anything like that, you can go ahead and trade those in for that emblem, and it'll unlock the gate that big guy decides that he's going to walk towards up the stairs. But doing that is going to essentially skip this entire area that we're about to head down to. So I would suggest on the first playthrough to not do that. Here's the beast. And you pretty much just want to back them up into a corner and then just spam attack behind them. They get staggered easily with these serrated weapons. So that's how you kind of want to handle those. You can parry them, stuff like that too if you really want to. But I just kind of feel like the R1 spam is just enough to take down the kills. And coming down this way. So you climb up the stairs here. Grab these. Now we got antidotes. We're going to go ahead and put these into our utility belt, because we are not going to need them on our quick items. They'll serve us just fine here in the personal effects. And then down here you will see that we have a lantern. If we break all these things and grab that pungent blood cocktail, we're going to need those for a future boss. Nothing else important other than opening up this door and continuing on with, going through the game. But for now, we are going to pop this lantern and return to the Hunter's Dream so that we can kind of start fresh when it comes to our blood echoes. Now that we have returned to the Hunter's Dream, make sure you do the loop. Always start off by the storage, see if there's anything you want to turn in. You know, stuff like that. Come over here to the workshop. Now we can fortify our saw spear to a +3 and gain another little slot there. I'm gonna opt not to do that though, because I do want to use the rifle spear, which we're gonna get in the next area. So the saw spear and the threaded cane are gonna see limited use from here on out once I do get that weapon. So I don't want to waste 8 bloodstone shards on something that I'm not going to be ending up using for a while. So we'll just go ahead and hold off on that and make do with what we have on this weapon as is. We can repair it though. So we're just holding off for that rifle spear for now. Then there should be nothing new. We haven't done anything really to warrant new stuff yet. Go ahead and talk to the doll.
Welcome. What is it you...
See if she has anything new to say.
Over time, it...
Nope.
Very well.
And we can get 3 levels. So I'm going to put 2 into endurance, and that'll be good for endurance for a little bit. And then we're going to start pumping skill. Because we need some skill to use and get, you know, more damage in. So I'm going to keep my stats kind of like this. I might opt to get endurance up to 15 and then just kind of pump skill to 30 and then focus back over to vitality. But we'll see how it's going.
Over time, it... Farewell, good hunter.
And if you want to level up even more, we do have, you know, these dews and cold bloods that you can use. Or you can just go on a grinding route and figure it out from there. Not a problem. So that was a very quick Cathedral Ward area. Did suffer a death there because I was trying to run away from the big guy with the chain ball. So the wrecking ball guy can be kind of a problem if you aggro him and you just don't stay patient. That was the issue with me, was that I was just kind of trying to run away from him and I kept trying to spam heal and roll, and that's where you get caught. So panic rolling and trying to heal yourself while, you know, puts you in a walking animation where he just kind of spammed that ball and it just wrecked me. So we'll take that one as it is. But luckily enough, even though my echoes were stolen by him, I was able to get them back just by attacking him. And you kind of saw the little loop I had to do around his legs. So I call it the snow speeder for anyone who's a Star Wars fan. So anytime you can kite an enemy and just kind of go around their legs like that, and then just chop away at their legs. That's pretty much how you deal with big enemies in this game when they're kind of being troublesome, because their AI is trying to tell them to lock on to you. But if you just kind of do what I did and stay around the legs, they'll have to do like those little half choppy steps to locate you before they can actually start swinging at you. It's not foolproof, but it is the safest way to do it. And then when you're walking around like that around them, just kind of chop, 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 and chop. So chopping at the legs is a very good method at keeping those big guys at bay. With that though, that's going to end this one. So we went ahead and went through some some of the Cathedral Ward, picked up some items, and made our way to Old Yarnum, which is where we'll pick up on the next part. So thank you for watching us.